Good evening. My name is Emily Rash, and I'm assistant principal here at Parkview Middle School. Mr. Schumacher shared with you yesterday that Ankeny did apply for a waiver to go to 100% remote. This evening, we'd like to talk about what the specifics would look like for your child at Parkview Middle School and how best you can support them in this new venture. The first is to discuss the remote daily schedule. As a brief overview, your child will have live instruction on Mondays and Thursdays and Tuesdays and Fridays. On Mondays and Thursdays, their live instruction will be periods 1 through 4, and on Tuesdays and Fridays, that live instruction will take place on periods 5 through 8. Let's go into a little bit more detail. In preparation for this, our homeroom teachers have been working with each student to create a daily schedule. It should look something like this. What that will entail is each student is filling in their class and their teacher, and they will have a link within this schedule that will take them directly to that live Zoom or Google Meet with their classroom teacher. So as you can see here, on Mondays, they will have live instruction periods 1 through 4 with the corresponding times. There is a slight break between each class period. In the afternoons, your child will engage in asynchronous work, very similar to our hybrid structure. In addition, each teacher will be having some help sessions during that. So if your child has math period 5, their teacher will have a help session period 5 during that asynchronous time. And we encourage students to attend those help sessions to get some more of that individualized and differentiated instruction they may need. So you can see Mondays and Thursdays, your child will have that live instruction with their teacher and their peers. On Tuesdays and Fridays, they start their day with that asynchronous work as well as those help sessions for each of their different classes. Their live instruction starts 5th period at 12:15 through the end of the day. In addition, on Tuesdays and Fridays, they will end their day with their homeroom teacher and that homeroom structure. Our homeroom lessons have really been focusing in on preparing our students for this time and looking at their schedule, creating the schedule, making sure they understand how to read their each individual schedules, as well as what are some just basic etiquette tips for engaging in a live virtual instruction. We have some teachers within our building that have been great sources of information as they've been teaching the majority of the semester in that remote setting, as well as getting some feedback from our students of what are some things that helped them or what were some challenges along the way. One thing that we would really encourage is over the next couple of days to have a conversation with your student, have them pull up this virtual remote schedule template. Have them explain to you when they will have class, when their teachers are available for those help sessions, and how do they navigate to those help sessions. It will be a live link on these boxes as well that will take them to those help sessions. If your student in those conversations is confused or unsure of what their schedule looks like, I strongly encourage you to have them reach out to their homeroom teacher who can provide some clarity in the next couple of days to what that schedule looks like. On Wednesdays, your students will engage in asynchronous work throughout that day, along with some additional help sessions. In addition, our counselors may be pulling small groups during that time. Our special education teachers may be reaching out to students to progress monitor or in addition meet in those small group settings to best support each of our learners. One thing that is really important to consider would be attendance. Just like in our brick and mortar, when they are here during the hybrid or 100% in person, attendance is extremely important. And it will be structured similar to the hybrid. Our building secretary will reach out when students are not in attendance each class period. And staff will take attendance throughout the class period to ensure that students are attending the entire length of that class period. We're going to adjust our materials pickup just slightly. We know that we want to balance the time students are spending online in addition to having some of that paper pencil practice. So on Tuesdays from 7:45 until 9 a.m., we will have material pickup, as well as Thursdays from 12:15 to 1:30. Each week on Mondays and Wednesdays, we will email communication home to specifically what is available for those pickups. Now, we know that not every teacher will have materials to pick up during those times, which is why communication will be really important that we share that with you to know if you need to come in on either Tuesdays or Thursdays. We know that with many working parents and families, these may not be the most convenient times to pick up. If there's a conflict and you have materials to pick up, please reach out to our building secretaries and we can work on an alternative schedule to pick those items up. Another thing that we would strongly encourage is that students still utilize our library during our virtual instruction. One way that they can do that, and each of the students have learned how to navigate the online Destiny system, which is our library checkout system, in their homeroom time. If you'd like to help encourage them to do that, they may go to our Parkview homepage, and right here on the right-hand corner, they will see the word Media Center. From there, there will be the live checkout link where they're able to request books that they would like to be able to pick up. We will have those materials available again on Tuesdays and Thursdays during those respective times to pick up with the other materials.